What's up, TBS crew? It's your boy Steph back with another reaction. This time we have Stephen D, a scary Craigslist house renting story animated, uploaded July 21st, 2019. Now, down in the description, y'all already know will be links to Stephen D's channel, this original video, and all of my social medias. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is gonna go bad. I already could tell by the title.
My brother's girlfriend Amanda was looking for her first apartment when she decided to move out of her parents' house. She and my brother didn't want to move in together since they had only dated for a few months, so Amanda opted to search for a roommate online. Browsing Craigslist, she found an ad titled "Roommate Wanted, Females Only." This sort of thing was common since the area she was looking in was mostly young professionals. The listing was for a room in a house that was quite cheap compared to the many places listed.
I've heard the story
occupant
before.
listed herself as a 23-year-old student that wasn't comfortable.
I've just never
living
seen
with
an
anyone
animated
else.
video.
The other roommate would have their own room and attached bathroom. So far, Amanda was into this place. However, the listing only had a single photo from outside the property. Amanda sent an email wanting to meet the occupant and tour the house. Within 30 minutes, she receives an email back with all the details and time to stop by. The girl worked late hours and wanted Amanda to stop by at 8 p.m. When Amanda arrives, there's a handwritten note on the front door saying, "Door broken. Use back door."
And it wasn't really
Walking
broken.
around the house, it looks nice but slightly unkempt. Tall grass, weeds, dusty windows, etc. When she knocks on the back door, an older man opens it. At first, Amanda thinks she has the wrong house, but the man reassures her and says the occupant was out and he was the landlord. The occupant asked him to meet Amanda since she was working late. Alarms start going off, but aren't at red alert yet.
How?
First, the guy was clearly in his 40s, unshaven, and looked like he lived in his car. Also, only the kitchen light was on. As they walked around the house, Amanda noticed one huge red flag. No furniture. Nothing. The landlord was polite about answering questions, but seemed irritable to keeping lights on for too long, rushing her around and only letting her look at rooms for a few moments. There was a single room that the landlord wouldn't open, telling her that it was the occupant's room and he didn't want to invade her privacy. As they walk down the hallway, she notices the front door has a plank nailed across it.
Right.
Broken, for sure. Amanda's creepy ear is starting to ding, so she decides to wrap up the house tour and leave, but tries to be polite. He perks up and states that he forgot to show her the basement.
No.
It's recently furnished and would be a great recreation room. So he opens it. The basement is pitch black. He smiles, motions down the stairs, and says, "Ladies first." What happens next is nothing more than a stroke of luck. Amanda gets a text just as some random person parks in front of the house. Thinking on her feet, she pretends it's a phone call and answers her phone. "Hey, yeah, are you here? I'll come out from around back and let you in." "It's great, you have to see it." With a motion of confidence, she excuses herself around the landlord and walks out the back door. The guy just looked at her and he was confused. Once outside, she quickly sprinted to her car and sped out of there. When Amanda got home, she told her mother and my brother everything. Cops were called, they took her statement and went to investigate. The Craigslist post had been removed. The house had been foreclosed over 6 months earlier and the property had been abandoned. When the police investigated, they found that the closed room the landlord didn't want her to look in was where the man had been staying. There was a pile of old dirty blankets, rotten food, and empty gallon jugs everywhere. The more creepy thing was he had plastered ripped up pages from provocative magazines on all the walls in the room. And the scariest part of this was the basement. The man had tied a piece of fishing twine at about shin level across the stairs about halfway down. The basement was empty except another old pile of blankets, a broom handle wrapped in leather belts, and a small box with a few rows of assorted tapes. Needless to say, Amanda never ended up moving in, and she hopes she never meets that man ever again.
Yeah, that's a Mr.
Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this video,
Mr.
then
Nightmare
please give it
story.
a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new. If you have your own true stories that you would love to share, email me right here and maybe you'll get chosen for a future video. Follow me on all my social media and I will see you in the next video.
Yeah, that's a Mr. Nightmare Craigslist horror story. I was literally just listening to Mr. Nightmare Craigslist horror stories, like all of the volumes. He has like volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I forgot which one this is, which one this story is from. I will drop that. Also, the video that this story is in, I will drop that in the link. I would jump that down below. But yeah, man, so I don't really know, cause it's like I've heard the story before, so I already knew how everything was gonna take place, cause like I said, I was just listening to this recently, but I have never seen an animated video for it, so it was refreshing to see it. But I mean, come on, man, like, you're a young female, it looked like, and some creepy older dude, well, you didn't know he was creepy, but some older dude wants you to come and see the house at 8 p.m. Man, that would have been, like, you would have deserved to get got. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's how it is. Like, if it can't be done in the daytime, it shouldn't be done at all. Unless you just have that much confidence, or, you know, you have security measures that you've put in place and have implemented to make sure that nothing goes down. But otherwise, man, if you can't go for a tour of a house, an apartment, you can't test drive a car, you can't do anything like that in the daytime, man, it really ain't even worth it. But if you do it at night, it needs to be in a public place, police station preferably, or, you know, a Walgreens, a Walmart. Well, I don't know about Walmart nowadays, but, you know, any public place like that where there's a lot of people, like, that's where you could do stuff at. But like I said, preferably a police station, because they literally, I don't know if all police stations have them, but most police stations literally have a designated area where online transactions should go down. I don't think there's always going to be a cop watching, but there's going to be cameras there, you know, pretty good cameras at that'll see, if they don't see your face, they will at least see your license plate, as long as it's not covered up, and things of that nature. Like, police stations, most if not all, have areas like that. Like, and police stations are open 24/7, not to the public, but, you know, there's always someone in there, or at least there should be. When I first heard that story from Mr. Nightmare's video, that was just the dumbest shit ever. Like, why would you even go through that? Like, you know, once you saw that the front door was, you know, barred off, you should have automatically turned around right then and there. Because in the video, towards the end, it said, you know, when they found the fishing twine at the bottom of the stairs, had you went downstairs, obviously you would have tripped over that. And they said it was just the, you know, a little hill of dirty clothes. I'm not sure. Could have been a person hiding under there, or, you know, he would have locked the door and utilized that tape and that belt that was down there. I don't know. The situation could have just went all the way south. So I'm glad that miracle happened, where somebody pulled up and you used that as a scapegoat to get the hell out of Dodge. But I've always wondered, like, who pulled up? Was that one of the man's friends, or like who was that? Like, I saw a shadow going to the door, and they said, you know, they heard someone, like a car, pull up outside. Was that for another house? Or, you know, I had always wondered that. Like, they had never, you know, said whether or not someone else had someone else had came to the house or not. I'm assuming not, but yeah, good story. I gotta get back into Stephen D, man. He been putting out content, you know, religiously, and I really gotta get back into it, so I'm on that. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. If you enjoyed the reaction, leave a like, a comment, and share the video. And if you really liked it, subscribe to the channel, join the TBS crew, and tap that bell icon so you will get notified every time your boy Steph drop new content, which I do on a weekly basis. That is all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.